corner, weighing 73 kilos with a 5-7-0 record, representing Team Crossface from London, Shah Hussain.
And here we go, Shah Hussain walking towards the cage, fighting at 73 kilos from Team Crossface. A very experienced fighter, having over 10 professional MMA fights in the cage, holding a little bit more experience than his opponent Jason Cooledge. I mean, Team Crossface, they're a pretty formidable club here in England. You can see there in his corner, he's got some very, very dedicated mixed martial artists, fighting a featherweight, Mr. David Hill. You know, been around for a long time. So I'm sure Shah Hussain has picked up some great tips and training very hard over there at Crossface. I know he's moved around a few gyms throughout his career, but he tells me he's found a great home now at Crossface, and he's very happy to be performing today here at Heat Sports. This fight, you know, it's a bit of a late replacement fight now. Shah Hussain taking on Jason Cooledge. Jason was meant to be fighting on a completely different show, but we managed to get him here in a more local arena at Heat Sports.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing 73 kilos with an 8-5-0 record, representing BKK Fighters from England, Jason Cooledge.
And as the animal walks towards the cage, Mr. Jason Cooledge, sporting his British Fire sponsored tee, Jason the Animal Cooledge, and when he releases the animal, you'll see it inside the cage. Obviously, me and Jimmy not being biased commentary here, but look at this man's physique. I mean, this guy is sporting some great tattoos.
And he is chiseled. He looks like he's in great shape, Luke.
Yeah, heavy set man. I mean, all jokes aside, very strong, athletic dude. Even the appearance may not look so, but I've grappled with the man. I grapple with him every weekend, and for normally fights at lightweight, he's quite a powerful dude. Loves the cage wrestling. You know, this is a man who watches he watched the Frank Mir Daniel Cormier fight. If you remember the Daniel Cormier fight, it was about 15 minutes of cage wrestling, and Dana White, I think, called it one of the worst fights he'd ever seen in the UFC, and all Jason Cooledge could say was, did you see that control on the cage? That's what I want to be like, you know. He really aspires to have heavy control.
Cooledge can really appreciate a good cage wrestling match.
Yeah, and a good grappling fight. And there we have Mr. Jack Mason in his corner, as well with Sean Carter from the BKK fight team.
That's a great corner crew right there.
Yeah, a great corner team, you know. Sean Carter, Cage Warriors veteran, just fought for the light heavyweight title. Lightweight title, although he does look like a light heavyweight. And Jack Mason, you know, a big vet of sport in the UK. Mark Day bringing him to the centre of the cage. Cooledge very relaxed, giving us a wink here in the commentary box. I can imagine he's going to try and close the distance and get the takedown early. Been working his wrestling with Mr. Jimmy Quillen sitting to my right. He's picked up a few tips.
See if we can put him to use here tonight. He looks like he is giving up a bit of size here to his opponent.
Some good competent strikes, double jab right hand. Shah with a nice leg kick.
Looking at a rare case of a double southpaw matchup here. Both guys lefties.
And here we get to see that cage wrestling that Cooledge likes to implement. Get good head control. See how he's shoving his head into Shah Hussain. Your first thing you have to do with your wrestling is control the head. Is that right, Jimmy?
Absolutely. Head position comes first. And I felt that he's doing rounds with Cooledge. You know, he's really good at pushing you back into the cage. Really controls well from here.
He needs to try and work for an underhook rather than being content controlling both of the overhooks here. Shah could really use that underhook to circle away from the cage, as he does. It's almost like he's listening to me here.
Stop coaching Shah.
And Jason
Coolidge
returns the favor.
circles him back. He's got that underhook, and Shah does a good job fighting back for his double unders there. Gives him a bit more control when his back is against the cage. And there Shah is again reversing position. Coolidge back on the cage now, and he's in a tough spot with 2 underhooks by Shah.
A pretty, high pace grappling fight. They're both definitely trying to dominate, come back out to the center. Coolidge ducking his head and landing that shot over the top. Quite effective, but he needs to watch for the knees and kicks of Shah if he's going to duck his head like that. Beautiful straight left there from Shah.
Coolidge right back to the cage there. Took a heavy left and put Shah's back on the cage to recompose himself a bit. Coolidge does have a body lock here. His hands are locked. He could suck him off and trip him back.
He attempts it there, but Shah's athleticism keeps him standing. Again, using that head control. Beautiful how he swings the overhook there to get the underhook and sinks for that single, and he should finish this now. He's got his hands locked. Good defense there from Shah.
Coolidge keeping great pressure here, keeping his hips back against the cage. Gonna look to suck him out here.
Shah does really well there, keeping his legs real wide up against the fence, not allowing Coolidge to finish that takedown. But Coolidge seems to be bossing it now in the cage wrestling, really controlling this. Like I said, he loves these positions. This is what, this is where his fight really is. He likes to grind his opponents out here. But Shah's doing really well defending, not getting taken down. Going 100% here. Now Coolidge definitely should finish this now. He's got his hands grasped behind the hips, and you should always finish a takedown there, right, Jimmy?
Absolutely. If your hands are locked behind the butt there, you should really be able to suck him off. Coolidge eating some elbows, and there he is, finishes and takedown to the mat.
I think this is really where Coolidge wants to fight. He's been working his grappling pretty diligently with Lee Catlin, who's in his corner there from Ministry of Mixed Martial Arts. And he's got a very heavy top game. I'd be very impressed if Shah can manage to reverse Coolidge and get on top now.
Yeah, like you said earlier, he was preparing for a black belt on the ground, so Coolidge really had to focus on his jiu-jitsu improving here, so really having good control on top.
And I think there, like we said, he's preparing for a black belt. His original game plan was to get out of the ground game and stand up, and I think that automatically came into play there when he stood up. But now he's looking to land some heavy ground and pound. Just needs to watch those up kicks.
Doing a good job, passes to the side control position.
A beautiful knee knock there to pass the legs to Shah Hussein and gets his side control position right in front of us here at the commentary box. I can almost smell Shah Hussein's feet.
Coolidge has done a good job controlling position there. Here, what he needs to do is kind of posture up and start landing some strikes here. Do some damage while he's got an offensive position. He's got the opportunity to throw some short elbows here to Shah's head.
Managing to circle him off the fence though, so now Coolidge is in between Shah and the fence. Shah bucks pretty well and manages to get out. Good posture there from Coolidge with that leg forward, avoiding those up kicks to the face.
He's doing a good job of driving. You just got to be careful of those up kicks.
Good shot there from Coolidge, and Shah Hussein searching for a leg lock. And then we hear the 10-second clacker. Coolidge bossing this round so far. Getting some nice short elbows. Shah making a good decision to stay grounded there at the very end of the fight, so he got to avoid some big shots. Corners come in. How would you see that first round?
A good first round. Coolidge really did a good job controlling the action against the cage. That takedown, I think, really sealed that round for Coolidge. And a round that could have been scored either way. They were going back and forth on the cage, but I think that takedown and the control for the last minute or so of the round really sealed that one up for Jason Coolidge.
Corners out.
That's the thing about forcing these takedowns against the cage. It'll wear you out quick. So just, making sure you're in good shape so you can do this for 3 5-minute rounds.
sometimes in MMA you don't notice how hard it is to wrestle on the fence. It really takes, you know, a lot of power away from you. Eats that kick and comes forward. Shah definitely got the crisper shots, leg kicks.
Good exchange there. I think Shah got the best of that exchange, and again, Cooledge pushes him right back to the fence to get him where he wants to be.
Right in front of us again. He's got his hands clasped, and he goes for a
big lift and a slam.
Beautiful takedown there from Cooledge with the high crotch slam. Something Jimmy sitting next to me is very well known for. That's why he's called Crash, because he crashes his opponents down to the mat.
Cooledge doing a good job here again, controlling the side control position. Back into the half guard.
I'd like to see Cooledge get out of this grappling mode and start landing some shots on the ground, you know. He's managed to get good control over Shah, got some good shoulder pressure, but now he needs to make some damage happen. Even little shots to the body head, you know, really opens up the fight.
Looks like Cooledge is really just trying to wear down Shah a bit here with that shoulder pressure. He really does want to posture up and get some shots in, though, just to kind of do some damage on the ground here.
Because he's definitely winning the fight positionally, but, you know, Shah hasn't really got a mark on him.
And Cooledge starts to slip in a nice dart stroke. If he can roll here, this fight could be over. He's got to roll. There it is. He's got to stay on his hip. He's going to walk that in. This looks tight.
And Shah taps. Fantastic finish there from the Animal. We might see the Animal come out now, but a beautiful submission victory. You know, bossing it with the positions, getting the takedown, and then, you know, a great transition to a finish there. A very hard choke. You know, you see it a lot more in MMA these days. The Darce or the Bravo choke, I think they call it.
Bravo choke, yeah.
Bravo choke.
Darce, Anaconda. They're all slightly different, but.
So which one was that?
That was a Darce choke.
Okay, that was a Darce choke, okay. If you think Jimmy's wrong, tweet him at JimmyCrashBJJ, because I'm not sure.
6 packs don't win fights, baby.
And Mr. Jason Cooledge, I don't know if you heard him there in the corner, he comes up to the commentary and says, 6 packs don't win fights, baby. That's right, Darce chokes do, and a great finish for Cooledge, and I can see how happy he is.
1 minute, 48 seconds into round 2. Your winner by a submission due to an Anaconda choke, Jason Cooledge!
Anaconda's gangster. Cheers, thank you, babe. Cheers, thank you again, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers, guys.
Please show your appreciation for the runner-up, Shah Hussein.
Let's get a fucking picture. Go.